He was known as Dr. Julian Frost, a name whispered with respect in hushed hospital corridors. His reputation was built on years of impeccable service, saving lives with a precision that bordered on the miraculous. A name synonymous with surgical brilliance. Colleagues marveled at his steady hands and unerring focus, often wondering what drove him to such heights of excellence. But behind the sharp eyes and steady hands resided a terrifying truth. A truth that, if revealed, could shatter the very foundation of his esteemed career. Dr. Frost was not one man, but four. Four distinct personalities, each with their own skills and desires coexisting within a single body. Four distinct minds trapped within a single body, each one vying for control yet somehow maintaining a delicate balance that allowed them to function as one. There was Silas, the lawyer, a man of sharp intellect and even sharper tongue, a master manipulator of words, a connoisseur of loopholes. In the courtroom he was a force to be reckoned with, bending the law to his will. He saw the world in terms of rights and wrongs, always searching for an angle, an advantage. His mind was a labyrinth of legal strategies, each more cunning than the last. He was the architect of their plans, ensuring each one was legally airtight. His meticulous nature left no room for error, making him an invaluable asset to the collective. Then came Valentin, the psychologist, a man of deep insight and profound understanding of the human psyche. He could read people like open books, their desires, their fears. His ability to delve into the minds of others made him a master of manipulation. Valentin knew how to exploit vulnerabilities, how to plant suggestions that bloomed into actions. His subtle influence could change the course of events without anyone realizing. He was the puppeteer, pulling the strings of the unsuspecting. His manipulations were so deft, so invisible, that his subjects never knew they were being controlled. The third was Elijah, the surgeon, a man whose skill with a scalpel was unparalleled. His domain was the operating room, his instruments an extension of his will. Each cut, each stitch was performed with the precision of a master artist. He was a virtuoso of the scalpel, a maestro of the human body. His surgical prowess was the stuff of legends, saving lives that others deemed lost. His skills, honed to perfection, were the tools for their most daring acts. Each successful operation was a testament to his genius, a proof of their collective power. And lastly, there was the controller, the enigmatic force that bound them all together, the silent observer, the keeper of secrets. He watched over the others, ensuring their actions were in harmony, their goals aligned. The one who held the reins of the other three, ensuring their delicate balance, their terrifying unity. His presence was felt in every decision, every move they made. He was the unseen force, the ghost in the machine. The mastermind behind their collective brilliance, the one who ensured their terrifying unity remained unbroken. Their existence was a carefully guarded secret, known only to a select few who were either part of their inner circle or unfortunate enough to stumble upon their machinations. A pact forged in the depths of their shared consciousness, a bond that transcended the ordinary, binding them together in a web of mutual dependence and shared ambition. Each personality had its role, its purpose. They were like the gears of a finely tuned machine, each cog essential to the overall function, each one irreplaceable. They existed in a delicate ecosystem, their strengths complementing each other, their weaknesses masked by the others. It was a balance that required constant vigilance and adjustment. Silas, the lawyer, ensured their actions remained within the bounds of legality, or at least beyond the reach of the law. His knowledge of the legal system was unparalleled, and he used it to their advantage at every turn. He crafted intricate alibis, exploited legal loopholes, and navigated the complexities of the justice system with ease. His ability to foresee potential legal pitfalls and circumvent them was nothing short of genius. His mind, a steel trap for details, never missed a beat. Every document, every piece of evidence was meticulously examined and manipulated to serve their needs. He was their shield against prosecution, the barrier that kept their secrets safe from prying eyes and inquisitive minds. Valentin, the master manipulator, was the face they presented to the world. His charm was his weapon, his charisma a tool to bend others to their will. He charmed, he beguiled, he earned trust with a disarming smile and carefully chosen words. His ability to read people and understand their desires made him an invaluable asset. He could identify the perfect targets, exploiting their weaknesses, turning their desires against them. His manipulations were subtle, almost imperceptible, yet devastatingly effective. He was the spider, weaving webs of deceit, each thread carefully placed, each connection meticulously planned to ensnare those who crossed their path. Elijah, the surgeon, was the instrument of their most audacious acts. His skills went beyond the operating room, extending into the realm of the clandestine and the forbidden. His steady hands, guided by an unparalleled understanding of the human body, could manipulate, erase, or create. He was an artist, his scalpel a brush, his canvas the human form. He could leave no trace, no evidence that could stand the scrutiny of forensic science. His work was flawless, his methods untraceable. His was the hand that wrote their sinister symphony, each incision a note, each operation a movement in their dark opus. And always lurking in the shadows was the controller, the unseen hand that guided their every action, the mind that orchestrated their every move, the silent partner, the orchestrator of their every move. His presence was felt in every decision, his influence pervasive and absolute. He ensured their compartmentalized existence, preventing their individual personalities from unraveling their intricate web of deceit. His control was the glue that held them together. He was the guardian of their shared secret, the anchor in their storm of madness. Without him, their carefully constructed world would collapse into chaos. Their crimes were the stuff of urban legends, unexplained deaths, disappearances that baffled the authorities. The city was gripped with fear, as no one knew who would be next. The randomness of the victims made it impossible to predict or prevent the next tragedy. Each one meticulously planned, flawlessly executed. The precision was almost surgical, leaving no room for error. Every detail was accounted for, from the timing to the location, ensuring that nothing was left to chance. Their weapon of choice, advanced microcapsules undetectable by conventional means. These capsules were the pinnacle of modern science, a blend of chemistry and technology that was years ahead of its time. The capsules, a testament to Elijah's surgical ingenuity, could deliver a precise dose of toxins, chemicals, or even microscopic nanobots, programmed to disrupt bodily functions with deadly accuracy. Elijah's brilliance lay in his ability to create these tiny agents of chaos, each one a masterpiece of lethal engineering. They were untraceable, leaving no residue, no evidence behind. The perfect crime, executed with such finesse that even the most seasoned detectives were left scratching their heads. Silas ensured their targets were individuals with vulnerabilities he could exploit. He had a knack for finding the weak spots in people's lives, the cracks in their armor that could be widened with just the right amount of pressure. People with secrets, hidden desires, or enemies who could be easily framed. Silas's ability to gather information was unparalleled, making him the perfect scout for their deadly missions. Valentin would then weave his magic, subtly manipulating their targets, pushing them towards a carefully orchestrated downfall. His psychological prowess was unmatched, turning friends into foes and making the innocent appear guilty. And when the stage was set, Elijah would act. His timing was impeccable, striking when the target was most vulnerable, ensuring maximum impact with minimal risk. A chance encounter, a seemingly insignificant touch, and the capsule would be deployed. The delivery was always subtle, almost imperceptible, making it impossible for the victim to realize what had happened. The victim, none the wiser, would carry their own death sentence, unaware of the intricate plot that had ensnared them. They would go about their day, oblivious to the ticking time bomb within them. The controller, the silent observer, orchestrated each step, ensuring the plan remained on track. His eyes were everywhere, monitoring every move, ready to intervene if anything went awry. He analyzed risks, anticipated obstacles, and adjusted their strategy as needed. His mind was a labyrinth of possibilities, always thinking several steps ahead, ensuring that no detail was overlooked. He was the conductor, leading his orchestra of darkness in a symphony of death. Each member played their part to perfection, creating a harmony of chaos that left the world in awe and terror. Detective Isabella Stone was different, haunted by a past that had taught her to see the shadows, to sense the darkness lurking beneath the surface. She had a gift for unraveling the truth, for piecing together the fragments of a shattered reality. When a series of seemingly unrelated deaths crossed her desk, she felt a prickle of unease. The victims were from all walks of life, their only connection being their sudden, unexplained demise. The official cause of death varied, but Isabella sensed a chilling pattern, a hidden hand orchestrating this macabre dance. Her investigation led her to Dr. Julian Frost, a renowned neurosurgeon who had treated several of the victims shortly before their deaths. The doctor was a pillar of the community, respected, admired, seemingly beyond suspicion. But something about him, a flicker in his eyes, a carefully constructed facade, set Isabella on edge. She delved into Dr. Frost's past, his history, his patience, searching for a connection, a thread that could unravel the mystery. The deeper she dug, the more convinced she became that she was dealing with something extraordinary, something that defied logic and reason.